Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on today's video. So this intro is completely separate from the actual video. I actually filmed this Get Ready With Me last weekend when Josh and I and Ronan filmed the Adventure Challenge. I was going to do like a Get Ready With Me and then show the Adventure Challenge, but that video in itself was too long, so I didn't want to combine both because the video would have been like, I don't know, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, something like that. So I did a poll this week on Instagram asking all of you who follow me over on Instagram if you wanted to still see this Get Ready With Me as a separate video, like a bonus video on Saturday. And the people who voted yes. So I decided to edit and post it. So I'm about to do my makeup. I am just going to be doing a quick like little makeup tutorial. I am not a makeup artist, not a makeup guru by any means, but I do have a love for makeup, and I just wanted to include this part into this video, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. I am going to be doing a very small Q&A that my friend Jessica did over at Jessica Myros. She didn't tag me, but I just thought I would include this just so that there's no like silence while I'm doing my makeup, just to give us something to talk about. So I already washed and moisturized my face, and I did put on some sunscreen. I used the Neutrogena sunscreen. I just shared it in a recent haul, and I'm gonna go in with this primer. It is e.l.f. It is the Luminous Putty Primer, but I also have the matte putty primer and the poreless putty primer, but I decided to go with the luminous one today. Another primer that I really love, especially for the summertime, is this Maybelline Fit Me. This is matte and poreless, and then it also has 20 SPF in it as well. So I like to wear that especially during the daytime. So this is, I've used it quite a bit. I bought these little travel sizes when we went to Vegas in March, I believe it was. And I just have so many, or I just use so many different ones that they last me a while. Okay, so starting off with the first question, there is 5 questions total, and the first question is if you're a righty or a lefty, and I am right-handed. The second question is, are you single or taken? And I think most of you know. If you're not new here, I'm married. We have been married, we celebrated 10 years in April, and so we've been together for like 10 and a half years. Going in with concealer, this is my favorite concealer. It's this Clinique Even Better all over concealer and eraser. And I used to use Shape Tape by Tarte a lot, but once I found this is like my go-to. It is in the color Linen CN08. I do have a mirror off to the side, so if I look that way, I'm just looking into the mirror. I have been using a lot of Sunless Tanner, so I don't know if my foundation, it might be too light. I guess we'll kind of have to see. Or I might just use a different one, because I have this same, I have it in the foundation as well, Clinique Even Better foundation, and this is in CN10, which is Alabaster. Love, love, love this foundation, but it's going to probably be too light. Because I am a little bit tan. Most of my Selfless Tanner has rubbed off by now. So I'm just going in with this Beauty Sponge Karaoke Professional. I actually won this in a giveaway from Vanessa, my friend Vanessa. Her channel is Vanessa Beauty. And I've never used an actual like beauty blender, like the brand. I've always just bought Real Technique sponges and e.l.f. sponges. I love the one from e.l.f. I've actually tried the Wet n Wild one too, but I think e.l.f. and Wet n Wild are similar priced, and I like the e.l.f. one better. And Real Techniques is pretty good too, but I love this one. It is so dirty, I need to wash it. I don't wash my beauty blenders or beauty sponges or makeup brushes as much as I should. For all of you beauty lovers, like, how often do you guys wash your beauty blenders or sponges and brushes? I need to do mine more often, but it's always such a chore. My skin has been extra dry. It's always dry during the winter, but even during the summer, it is dry. So since the foundation might be a little too light, I am going to go in with another one of my favorites. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. It has 1% pure hyaluronic acid, and my shade is 2 to 3, which is light. I've used so much of it. It's like almost gone. Most of my makeup products are drugstore. I like affordable makeup products. Of course, I do have some Jaclyn Hill and then some other beauty products that are more expensive, but the majority of my products are from the drugstore or Ulta. So it is a dropper, but it's pretty thick, so I just use what's on the dropper like this. Then I take a Real Techniques brush and kind of just buff it out all over so it's like even. This one's a little darker, but I really like this stuff for like the summertime because it's really lightweight. It is not a foundation. It's a tinted serum, so it's not heavy when it's super hot out. Another good one that I like during the summer is the It Cosmetics CC Cream. That is another good one to use in the summer, and that also has SPF in it. So now that I kind of like buffed it out with the brush, I go in with the beauty sponge and kind of like press it into your skin, giving it a more even coating. Alright, so the next question is name 3 of your positive traits. Okay, well, this one's a tough one. One positive trait, the first positive trait I could say is I'm a very thoughtful person. I'm try to be pretty thoughtful with gifts too. Like, I love to give gifts. Like, I love to. That's like one of my, I think it's like personality traits is like if you're a giver, and I would say that I am. I do love to give gifts. Let's see. Like, I'm very friendly and kind. I think that's like a positive trait. And then I'm pretty hardworking. Anything that Josh and I have acquired throughout our lives, we've both worked for, and I think that we're both hardworking. So I think I'm hardworking too. It's really hard for me to like say positive things about myself. It's kind of weird, but that's the truth. I'm going to go in with this L'Oreal Infallible Loose Setting Powder. I love this stuff. I have it in translucent, light to medium in shade 612. So I just put some into the cap here. And then I always start off with my under eyes with the beauty sponge, and then the rest I just use a makeup brush. And then the makeup brush that I use is this BS Small. This is the flat, face flat angled. I actually get these brushes off of Amazon. I have repurchased them a couple times now. They come in a huge kit and they last a while, and the bristles don't fall off, like they stay intact. And I think like the only reason why I had to replace them is they kept separating, like this gold part kept separating from the black part. But that's also kind of my fault, because when I wash them, I leave them soaked for too long, and you'll see on my bronzer brush, the wood's all cracked. So that's probably user error too, like I soak them probably a bit too long, but highly recommend these brushes. Very, very affordable. So next step is bronzer, and I use two different kinds. I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer for my cheeks, and then I use the Wet n Wild's Color Icon bronzer in 740 Bikini Contest. I use that to kind of shape around my face. I've had this one for way too long, like years. I need to get rid of it, but I have a hard time letting go of makeup and replacing it, even when I'm supposed to. So I just do a little bit under my cheekbones there with the butter bronzer, and then again I take the Wet n Wild's and kind of like frame my face, adding a bit of color. So the next question, number 4, name 3 of your negative traits. First one is I'm very impatient. I am learning to have more patience with myself, with the kids, with YouTube especially. Yeah, I'm just a very impatient person. I'm very black or white thinking. That is another negative trait. Like, to me, it's either all good or all bad. Very black and white. I don't really see like an in-between. It's hard for my brain to like grasp the in-between. And let's see, another negative trait. I'm also sort of like a perfectionist. Like, I want things to be perfect, and then I stress myself out trying to get things to be perfect, and so that can definitely, it's time consuming. It can be overwhelming to try to be perfect when nobody's perfect. But that would probably be another negative trait of mine. Moving on to blush, I'm using this e.l.f. powder blush palette, and I like to mix these two bottoms together. I like how bright this one is, but I like that this one has shimmer in it. So just dab a little of each. Okay, next question is, this is the last question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years on YouTube and in life, like everyday life? So YouTube, that's a tricky one, because I've really, and I think I've already touched base on this like in vlogs, but I'm just having a hard time with YouTube. It's not the time or effort that YouTube takes. It's when I produce content, and like I, typically post on Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and I've been really consistent, for over a year now. And then when I don't see growth on my channel, and I'm constantly losing subscribers, and I don't want to be all negative, but that's the reality of it. I am really, really slow growing, and every time I post, like, I will open my comments and see that I've lost 2, 3, 4, 5 subscribers, and that hurts my heart, and I'm having a really hard time balancing like the mental part of it. Yes, filming and posting 3 times a week takes a lot out of me, a lot of, it's a lot of work, but I enjoy doing it and I enjoy sharing. But then I get anxious and overwhelmed and stressed and even sad when my videos don't do good and I lose subscribers. And I'm not trying to make this like a pity party, but that's the reality of it, and it continues to happen. So I continually tell myself enough is enough. Like, let's just give up on this dream. I don't want to be a quitter, and I don't want to wonder the what if. What if I didn't quit? What if I stayed on YouTube? Where would I be? Things like that. So it's like, I'm just not sure. So in 5 years, where do I see myself? I really, really hope that I am still producing content on YouTube and that I have grown, quite a lot. If we're talking 5 years from now, I'm currently at 3,000 subscribers. I don't want to put a number on where I would be in 5 years, but I hope further along in my YouTube journey and that I have enough strength and mental willpower to continue through. In life, 5 years. Well, Emma will be 18. Emma will be 19 in 5 years. That is insane. So the twins will be 17 and Ronan would be 15. So, wow. I'm going to go in with highlighter. This is the Jaclyn Hill Flurries highlighter, one of my favorites. It is gorgeous, especially for summer. I love it so much. So in 5 years, our lives, I would assume, would be pretty similar. I would have more freedom to travel with Josh. Josh does travel for work, and with his new position, he is probably going to be traveling a bit more. So now that the kids would be older, I feel like I would be able to travel a bit more with him. But that's, our lives would pretty much be the same. I don't foresee myself going back to work anytime soon. I really need to be at home with my kids. It is the last 2 years, it has been very clear and very evident that this is where I need to be, raising my children and being here for them. As they are growing and things are changing, it's best that I'm home with them. So I don't see myself going back to work, but I do want to start volunteering. That is something that is on my goal list, is to start volunteering, hopefully like at the animal shelters. Animals have a huge place in my heart, so that is something that I want to do as well. Moving on with some setting spray. This is the Morphe Continuous Mist. Love this stuff. It is actually almost gone, if I even have any left. So good. Just feels so good when it's so hot out. It's such a light mist. But my other favorite setting mist I've purchased a couple times is this ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting mist. It does have hyaluronic acid in it, and it smells kind of like coconuts. So I love that for the summertime as well. I don't do a lot with my eyebrows, but I am going to go in with this Merit Beauty. This is in the shade Blonde, and it is just an eyebrow like gel. It's actually almost gone. One of the things that I have repurchased, I did a Merit Beauty video quite a while ago, and this is one of the things that I repurchased because I loved it so much. So I just don't do much with my brows. Pretty easy peasy. This is a drugstore brow mascara that I love. It's the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt, and I use a little bit of this. This is really wet, and I think that's why I like the Merit Beauty one so much. It's because it's not as wet. This one is really wet. But I like to go in just like at the front and do an extra few strokes of this one. So that is it for the brows. Very simple. And I'm not going to do too much eyeshadow, but I am going to dive on into the Jaclyn Hill palette. I've had this for so long as well, but it is one of my favorites. So I'm just going to quickly do some eyeshadow, and then I will come right back. Just put a little bit of eyeliner on using this Maybelline Tattoo Studio eyeliner. I don't put much on it. I don't wear eyeliner very often, but since we're going to go out, I'm going to add a little bit. Using a Revlon eyelash curler, going to curl my lashes. And now it is time for mascara. I like to use two mascaras, L'Oreal Lash Paradise, my favorite, and Maybelline Sky High. These are my two favorite, but from time to time I also use this Essence Lash Princess mascara. So sometimes I combine all three, usually it's just two, but I'm going to go ahead and apply the mascara quickly. And lastly, adding some lip product. This is just a Maybelline lipstick, and it is in the shade 235 Warm Me Up. So here's the final makeup look. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in Monday's video. Bye!